Galfax Prime just subscribed. The whole year.
OMG a whole year. Hi. Hello. Thanks for the resub, Galfax. Thank you, friend. This was a thing that was supposed to start way earlier, but you know, sometimes life happens and you're super unprepared. And what is the Ferris Bueller life might pass you by? I don't know. And I need to put a few posts out there in the world. Happy Monday, surprise, it's Monday. How's it going today, friend Galfax? How was work? Did you survive? Do I have to go fight your work? It was rough. Bow wow. Making burger? Hi. I would please to give burger. What sort of burger? What are you gonna put on burger? Gotta ask all the important questions. Oh, meal prep. So maybe tonight I make egg for burger, but they'll just be playing with cheese for prep purposes. Fair enough. Hello, Charlie Cat. Oh my god, I can see your chinny chin chin from all the way over here. So I had realized that I was coming up on my my affiliate anniversary, and was like, oh, it'd be nice to do a thing for that. I didn't realize when Twitch considers that they've started, so I kind of screwed the pooch real bad, and I opened up Twitch and it was like, congratulations, it's your anniversary, and I was like, well, I guess I better stream. So but I have to put messages in places. Like I was wholly unprepared. This day got so away from me. Having one of those days. But I did get Taco Bell, so I suppose not all is bad with the world, because there was Taco Bell involved. See, I didn't post anything on ye old Twitter yesterday, so I guess I should probably do that today.
Delia just subscribed. Happy stream to you, Odal Party.
Oh, no, you! Happy stream to you, my darling! Thank you, Delia, for the resub! It's been a whole 13 months. What the hecky? Oh, Kong, hello! Thanks for the follow! Happy anniversary. Thank you so much, Kong. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Y'all caught me as I was like trying to do a going live and stuff and things, and I am a catastrophe human. That's like a whole year. I know. 13 months is like a whole year. Nice job. Oh, Delia swiping all. No one saw anything. You know what? This is honestly, this is what should be happening with the way that Galfax has to be like, ah ha ha ha, third. Everyone else should just press buttons and whatever happens. So. Should I ban her? This is not a bannable offense. We spare Delia. Well, Galfax is ready to choose violence, apparently. I can only rein him in so much. I wish I could do more, but alas. Oh, anywho, today was a day. I had stuff and things, and I was here like, I know what stuff and things I gotta get done. I'll be a pro at this, and be efficient. And I mean, my day of errands started by going to Target, so I should have known better. And yet, I was a fool. Do you want to hear something wild I learned to doubt? Bestie, why did you become Australian there at the end? But yes, of course I want to know something wild you learned today. I learned that for the entire month of June, one single guy loses his mind and celebrates some called Dairy Month to honor a tradition he learned from his stranger.
Are you that guy? Are you the guy who loses his goddamn mind? Is it you? This is a safe place. You can say if it's you.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to get back into the Roottrees are dead today. Because I honestly, I was not ready. I wasn't ready to wrap it up last night, but I was also like, I don't know, it's 8 p.m. I should start doing other wind down things. But this game has got me hooked. It's 8 p.m. bestie, no, it's not. Shut your mouth. Time to kill the trees. The roots and the trees. OMG, do you have a little flag by your name because it's your anniversary? That's so cute. I think so. Because there was also like, I had opened up Stream Manager and it immediately had shown me something in chat that was like a little party hat emote and stuff. So I think so. I don't, it's hard because like, it's like I can't, let's see if I go, if I just go to the Twitch, if I go to my channel this way. Oh yeah, it is. Look at that. Oh, I don't have a follow age command. I'm sorry, bestie. Oh. Oh, what happened? So surprise. There's nothing. Wait a minute, we don't have Hot Girl Gaming here. Void has Hot Girl Gaming. We have Hot Girl Gaming at home. Hot Girl Gaming at home. Gotta ask. Ask away. Does their Discord server have good emotes? Whomst? Whomst Discord server? Oh, I don't know. I guess you gotta get the game for yourself and click the button and find out. Bestie, I'm gonna let you down so many times. Like, I hate to break it to you, but it'll happen. Is that man on Business Watch a cat? Yeah, see? Yeah. One could argue that his mustache is a little bit of that. He got that. Are you grabbing life by the roots? I never disconnected from the internet last night. I hope no one tried to call me. I actually called you twice. Well, I'm sorry that I tied up the phone lines with my dang internet. Okay, I don't... I do appreciate that. Where are all the gay Roottrees? Yeah, I don't know. This does seem like a pretty heteronormative family. This Netscape thing was fun though. I liked watching it. Yeah! Well, the spider search on our Netscape Explorer, of course. So, where were we at? Alright, the game did tell me to look more into Carl. Or rather, the game tried to be like, don't look this up yet. Come back when that's actually part of your instructions. Let's see. Carl Roottree died in the recent plane crash along with his wife Brenda Roottree and their daughters, the Roottree sisters. He was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. There was a short press release that the Roottrees Candy Company released today to news organizations. It is with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, the Roottrees sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottrees family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some of those accomplishments. One of them seems relevant to your search. Okay, so we've done the Watchman of the Year search already. Okay, so there's nothing more about Root. So this was just all of our, Why is the period part of the name? I don't know, but the period is part of the name. We've got, let's see, so we have all of our starred people. They hate punctuation. Rootie. Find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized, and the search is broken, but you can get to individual pages from your search engine. Gwen Roottree is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. Guys Like Us? Guys Like Us. See, they hate punctuation, and then they pull something like this. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwen from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Okay. That thar. Did you know? Trivia. Gwen was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree, the founder of Roottrees Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name, which is quite rare in those days. Let's see. '50s. Oh, hello, Miss Char. You help? Oh my god, baby, your chin is a mess. Miss Charlie. Char, come on. Let's see. Can I find out anything about all these movies she was in? Oh, thank you, Charlie. You know, it'd be nice if you could meow or purr for the people. Do a little something. Give the people what they want. Guys Like Us is a 1953 film in which two secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life until one of them falls in love with their client and hilarity ensues. Starring Gwen Roottrees, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. Okay, so I'll make this a highlight. Reorder our notes somewhat. Put that down there. Done reordering. Go forward. Just need to look up Leslie Florence and Harrison Lane. Did you know trivia? The title is a play on words, as it can be read that the two women are men similar to other men, or that the men are fun. Okay, so it was actually truly could be read either way. Let's see, film from 1953. Stars Gwen. Someone named Leslie Florence. Harrison Lane. So, do we know anything about Leslie Florence here? Leslie Florence was Gwen Roottrees' co-star in Guys Like Us. Not much relevant information, as she does not have any additional credits on the site. There isn't even a Did You Know Trivia section for her. Okay. This is nothing to reflect Leslie's character. I'm sure that she's a fine person, but irrelevant to the case nonetheless. I mean, could this really be called a case, or is this more of a what would we call this? Harrison Lane was a television actor with a major role in Guys Like Us and some other films. His largest role before Guys Like Us was as the villain in the first season of Western Frontiers. Due to the popularity of Guys Like Us, the studio brought Lane back to play the villain's twin brother, this time as a hero joining the protagonist. Western Frontiers has no connection to the Roottrees. Harrison Lane seems to be a dead end. Did you know trivia? Harrison Lane married his high school sweetheart after they reunited at a movie premiere. I made Junie B. Dairymonth her own burger. Oh my goodness. I would love to see pictures of Cat Burger, please. Okay, so we have got nothing really out of those. Can we find out anything about this flop of A Christmas Mission? Got a message on Discord. Is it Junie B eating burger? Oh my god. She is just a baby. She is having a snack and she is a baby. She is just a girl eating a burger. Christmas Mission is on a page called Flops. It was a war movie about World War I released in 1955 that received poor reviews and lost the studio money. I'm so excited for Dairy Month. Oh my god. Junie B. Dairy Month is eating a burger right as we speak. Gwen Roottrees had a role as a soldier's wife who wrote him letters from home. You find no additional relevant information. It's 1953. Did you know trivia? The movie was marketed as an incredible true story, but no record of the events happening has ever been found. Great. I love when that happens. Okay, but we can, let's see. We can get a photo of Gwen here. This photo is a widely circulated photo of Gwen Roottrees. You've seen on multiple websites about old films. Gwen Roottrees is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. She will be marked on the chart with a star. Okay, so we've got our picture of her. And what was it? There was something about... her father took her famous mother's... or her mother's famous name. So... Gwen can't be a child here. Is there an option to take a selfie with one of the corpses? Well, no, because we don't have corpses here in our little house, as far as I'm aware. Okay, who is this red Roottrees? You find information on a website about strange historical facts. Aloysius Herring Roottrees, aka Red, okay, Red Herring, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Roottrees Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence and he was defeated in a landslide. Okay, so, we don't need this man's page, do we? Oh, no, I wanted to get my evidence. Have we? Aha! A red herring. So yes, we can delete his page here from our notebook, which is good. We need all the pages we can get. He's a fish! He's a fish man! Which means now. Wish I had an uncle who was a fish. Is that like, okay. Does that mean this man is a mermaid? Or a man? And if so, which half of him is the fish and which half of him is the human? Yes, and both. James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. Oh, what a name. Top half Irish, bottom half fish. Oh, God. Okay, so these two are gonna have the same grandparents. Oh, I want to know so much more about Diamond LaRue. What a name. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. It's now in your evidence folder. Although Jim writes the majority of the songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. Oh, we got an MP3. We will listen to it. The band never had another hit but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued. If it's mid, we delete the page. If it's mid, we're just like, all right, we are cutting Jim out of the family. I don't know how we can make this blood thicker than syrup, but Jim has been demoted. No longer a Rootree. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Don't bully Sarybot. Sarybot's just trying to help. Some albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Okay, so no extra information about Jim and Diamond as a search. One hit wonders. You're right. You're so right for that, bestie. Can you copy and paste? I can do some copy pasting. I don't know. I get hung up on I like to type, even if my brain gets way ahead of my fingies. Catch me if you can, blackboard.com. I'm 30. What are you gonna do about it? Take out your knees and your back will shatter. Joke's on you. My back is already a mess. Oh, shit. Okay. I didn't think this was actually going to yield anything. This is why you have to search for literally everything. Diamond's Dazzlers is the name of the official fan club for Jim and Diamond. You find a forum post called Cool Things You Got in the Mail on a random forum about video games. One reply mentions that Jim and Diamond still send out a Christmas card every year to Diamond's Dazzlers. It's accompanied by some pictures as well as some history about the fan club. Apparently, even though it is no longer available to join, Jim and Diamond still honor it themselves personally. There's a fierce debate in the subsequent posts about whether that's cool or pathetic. I mean, they are making one hell of a parasocial relationship nightmare, I guess. Amongst the pictures of Christmas cards from over the years, only one is relevant. The card from 1996 includes pictures of Jim and Diamond's young son, Wolf, as well as a note about his daughter's band, the Floozies. That picture's been added to your evidence. Okay. So let's see. What was this about? How do we know it's parasocial? Maybe they all be banging. I guess we have not listened to their one-hit wonder, so maybe they are all banging. Oh, sweet. And we got another song. We have so many songs. The Floozies are an all-female punk band operating out of New York City. They're mentioned in passing in an online review from earlier this year. Apparently, they were the opening act for the band the reviewer actually came to see. The reviewer writes that she normally doesn't review the opening act, but this one was unusual. And not because of the music, which she described as loud, fast, and repetitive, but not in the good way. Damn. The trio was extremely cagey about their identities. The reviewer asked the venue who they were, and she was told they were rumored to be the children of other famous musicians and didn't want that to be why they became popular. The reviewer also mentioned that for an underground and unknown band with absolutely no following, their equipment was all extremely expensive, and not only were they selling CDs, but they only cost $1. They probably were losing a fortune. The reviewer said although she bought a copy, she'd be unlikely to ever listen to any of it again, except maybe Beef Baby, the 7th track. There is no picture of the Floozies performing live, but the cover from the CD they were selling, Conquistador, has been added to your evidence. My brain must be acting strange tonight because I just got an infomercial in my head that was putting the Moss back in Chris Moss, introducing Jesus 2.0. Oh, bestie. What's going on over there? You good? Grip it and rip it, juice. So, I wonder, would Wolf then be a root tree? Is that a white monster zero sugar? Not on your life. I can't drink caffeine anymore, or I can't really drink a lot of it. It's a liquid death, Dr. Death. It is not a white monster zero sugar, and it's definitely not featuring alcohol. I'm sipping tapped water. Well, you are being the most responsible out of everyone here. What are you drinking, Galfax? See, you don't want to try my proper 12-hour apple white monster zero sugar mixed drinkid? I don't. I want to try that as much as I want to try my friend Devin's red wine mixed with cut water, White Russian canned cocktail. Also drinking water. Hey, we're all drinking water. Incredible. I know it sounds gross, but surprisingly it wasn't bad. Look, that's what Devin said about red wine mixed with cut water as everyone was watching it actively curdle. So I will say I trust you more in this situation because I don't think that there would be a way for that beverage to actively curdle in front of my eyes. But it's like apple and citrus. That's good. Fruits. Yeah, fruit. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it's like Emily had said, it is an upper and a downer all in one, and that's just sounds like that's a yikes from me, dog. Okay. Daughters. I'll ship you a bottle and a can. You can try it. It's on the house. Oh, thanks, bestie. Like I said, I really can't drink caffeine though, so I would have to cordially decline. Or I will, I'll let it age in my liquor cabinet and then you can come to visit and I'll take a little sip off of your drink. So you want me to sob? I don't want you to sob. Okay. What purpose did that serve, Charlie? I'm very good at sobbing. I've had a lot of practice. Me too. It's like, it is weird that they mentioned that the albums are being sold for $1, probably losing a fortune. Making ramen noodles. So what, that you're gonna pour them out and they're just gonna go, oh, bro. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. Is that what is gonna be happening at your house? Shouldn't be speculating. Okay, will Beef Baby yield anything? Beef Baby is a song by the Floozies. You can't actually find anything else about it anywhere, but with a name like that, it's hard not to speculate on the subject matter, isn't it? You're absolutely right, game. How did you know? Could it be a euphemism? Making music is free. How could selling it for $1 not turn a profit? Could it be a euphemism? Or about a newborn cow? Perhaps the Floozies are holding a grudge against a toddler? It certainly piques your curiosity. If only you had the time or resources to look into it further. Oh, God. Game, you don't know how badly I want to know everything about Beef Baby. I'm holding a grudge against 2 toddlers? Only 2? Them's rookie numbers. Get on my level. Okay, so Conquistador is there. Oh, and okay, before we get any further into this, it'd be Wolf. Wolf LaRue? Oh my God. Rollin' On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East. Oh, I just have a good record of closing them. I see. Then I'm proud of you for that. Let's see, okay. Satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Maybe that's why you'd never heard of it before now. This image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It had a sticker that said, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottrees could make disco this sweet." It is credited to Peter Janowitz from MMM, or from Are we listening to it right now? No, we are. I think we're just about to. Music and lyrics by Jim Roottrees, vocals by Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue. Jim Roottrees on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. He will be marked on the chart with a star. The lyrics of this song contain no clues. Okay, thank you. Okay, before we listen to it, I do want to see is Triple M, is this a periodical? Okay, maybe not a periodical then. What if it's not a Saxy? That is a scary thing we have to contend with. All right, are you ready?
We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the sea.
Here, we'll bump up the music a little bit for this.
Saturday night and you're quite a sight. The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right. Making ends meet, so fair and tender.
It certainly is the most song of all time.
In the streets, guys
Sure enough.
to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the sea.
Okay, so it is Wolf Roottrees, but apparently there is, like, nothing, no information about him.
On wheels we glide with you by my side. Inflation is rising and so is our pride.
You found a picture of a Christmas card from Jim and Diamond to their fan club in 1996, 2 years ago. The description said it included a picture of his son Wolf listening to his parents' latest music.
Say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity.
But they also said that Jim hadn't been seen made a public appearance since... Since what, 1996? I mean, he's just a kid, so would he be like a... Ah! Oh! Okay! Whoops!
The bankers in charge are all clowns. The parties sell better than protest. So signs up while we boogie down, 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 down. Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
That sure was song. Oh, I probably shouldn't have bothered bumping that down. Are we gonna get a song from Conquistador? CD from a band called The Floozies that's only available at their live shows. The credits on the cover say guitar and vocals Candy, bass Nikki, drums Nina. I mean, I have a gut feeling that, you know, it would have to be it seems very on the nose that there would be a... Okay, so we have a Candy Roottrie. We don't have a Nikki. We don't have a Nina. But this, I see my EP prowess has gone into the naming of this stream. Why, yes, it has. Thank you, producer. I had to go back and make sure I found the exact wording. But it made me so happy to be an unorganized soup. Okay, so what was it? I guess I should be trying to focus more on, okay, so Jim's taken care of. Gotta make sure that we hit all of these. The ones with the stars. You are an unorganized soup. Okay, so this was our... So we know now that the daughter is Candy. And Lauren Roottrie. Author Lauren Roottrie, a distant relative of the Roottrie sisters, is known for her book, A Life Between Wars. So we will have to go to our library for that one. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty, to little fanfare. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottrie, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. A selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottrie. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans referred to as the Court Jester series. You find no recent details about Lauren, though she is listed as retired. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Void, hello, thank you. Well, you know, it's Twitch. Why would they send out notifications? But it is a hate crime, but I'm glad you're here regardless. Welcome into mystery time. I think I never changed what day we're solving mysteries in the tags. Whoops. Okay, so let's see. It's a void.
Little Miss Voida just subscribed. Little 2514 hamster.
Little 2514 hamster, indeed. I want little 2514 hamster on my tombstone. That would be a sight to see. I hope we can find out something about these books. These sound like they will be hilarious to look at. Okay, let's go to the public library and see. Published in 1968, softcover fiction romance, a romance novel by Lauren Roottrees. About the author blurb mentions she had the inspiration from one of her brother Clancy's lectures on the Middle Ages. Published in 1964, out of print, no copies available, re-released as Romance in Court. Okay. Is what Cody's birthday? Fall 1999? Oh, 1964. Yeah. Likely. Grandpa Stinky Cheese. Okay, so we have Brother Clancy. I have a spry young pup. I'm pretty sure you are Grandpa. The top one has little claw marks from where she was standing on to eat the burger. Oh my god. Again, I demand pictures. What happens if I search for World War II? Nothing relevant to your investigation was found for World War II. Fair enough. World War II hasn't happened yet in the Rootree world. Romance in Court is a book by Lauren Rootree. It is the first and most famous of a series of 3 books, often called the Court Jester series. All 3 books in the series are about different romances, but told via the same narrator. You can probably surmise the narrator's profession. The other 2 books were called Return to Court and New Romance in Court. Searching for them online yields few results. The books had some popularity when they were released in the late 1960s. Now 30 years later, they aren't in high demand. Well, obviously, we gotta look and see what those other books are. Because a funny little guy narrates them. I think romance in court is a felony. Published in 1970, softcover fiction romance. Lauren Rootree's follow-up to Romance in Court. The About the Author blurb mentioned she had inspiration from one of her brother Clancy's lectures on the Middle Ages. Published in 1973, softcover fiction romance. Lauren returns to the Middle Ages with the last chapter in the Court series. Ooh, Your Honor. Ooh. All right. Life Between Wars. What is this? You don't find any copies or excerpts from A Life Between Wars on Spider Search. You do find that because the diary has been reprinted recently for schools, it is available in a lot of libraries. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Hint, hint. Published in 1965, hardcover student edition republished in 1993, nonfiction. It seems you've hit the jackpot here. This is a book occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has full-page, high-quality pictures in it. The summary of the contents of the book, photos, as well as some particularly relevant entries from the diary have been added to your evidence. Prison for 20 years and will be held in contempt of courtry. Catch me if you can, Kaba. Oh, damn. Remember when this number was like 34? We have made some serious strides here. Well done, everyone. It's like we don't even know you anymore. Been so hard at work. The below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottree's diary pages in A Life Between Wars. Lauren Rootree is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. She will be marked in the chart with a star. The book was published in 1965 and consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son Clark alone. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. Okay, that... that gave us a whole lot of information. Who upholding the contempt? By skimming the pages of the diary, you glean the following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cosels, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company. Okay, so we already... And helped write the legal document called the Clancy Trust. Okay, so we know exactly where she falls in the family tree now. It's clear from context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for the different generations of their family. Lauren uses them often. 5 pieces. The first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was in this generation. The next generation, Lauren's generation. The Free Spirits, the generation after Lauren's, including her son. Okay, damn, that's a whole lot of information. So we know Clancy Edward. Oh, but she... Oh no, because we know someone with a star. She has a brother named Clancy. And what was it? We saw her son's name. Son was Clark. Her son Clark, yeah. Clark the Bugbear. Pardon me. Oh, and we know something about Kosovo. Who is holding their Clark? Me. I am doing this. It is me. It's been 2 years. I need to see my son. Please. Our son, comrade. Oh boy. What is happening over there? Is this too yaoi? Yaoi. Ah, so good to see you. Hello, doggy. How's it going? It's so nice to see you too. Also, I don't know if you've heard of this game. The Roottrees are dead, but I feel like you would love it. This game feels very your shit. It has been so long. The holidays just kind of got away from me, but it was kind of a good thing because it gave me so much time to just like take care of my little office space here. Haven't watched any gameplay yet. Well, I totally understand if you got a lurk or anything so you don't get spoilies. But you know, feel free to hang around too, because I have barely scratched the surface of how deep this game goes. Like, I played it for almost 2.5 hours last night on stream, and like I had opened up the night by saying, you know, full disclosure, I had seen some gameplay of this. Maybe 2 hours worth, maybe. And by the time I ended my stream 2.5 hours later, I think I maybe got as far as the stream I had watched, like what they accomplished in, I don't know, 45 minutes. And granted, I found some things that definitely got overlooked, but it is also one of those things where it's like, oopsie, I have gone too far off the deep end, because this game is so scratching a nonsense itch that I have to look up everything. But I appreciate you being here. It is so good to see you too. And I hope you are having a wonderful Monday. Your attention to detail is beautiful. Thank you. I think that my therapist would argue this is my ADHD taking over. But hey, maybe this is like something that my ADHD can focus on. Woke up one morning last week and was like, wait, where's Dearman? Oh my goodness. That's so sweet. Yeah, I just got super busy. I was trying to really hard to take care of myself for a bit and focus on things that, you know, things that just, they weren't fun, but they were really necessary to do. ADHD pictures in your head, maybe. Oh, don't say that. But yeah, I'm trying to get better at balancing my time, and yeah, it's really hard. It's hard to be an adult. Things are not fun ever. It's true. Things are so not fun. I am in a much better space though, and I'm so glad to be back. And I'm hoping that, yeah, I will be around a whole lot more now because I just kind of, you know, again, it's so funny that it's like, I have been in this house, I've owned this house for 18 months now, and that I feel like it's only been in the last 6 weeks or so, basically actually putting in a lot of work in like the final touches of finally unboxing all my calico critters finally and stuff. But it's like, now that I am doing these little minute things where it's suddenly like, oh, of course, now the house feels complete. And that is such a good feeling, and I think it's really taken a huge weight off my back. Just went to this doctor this morning for my first ever physical in adult, and I'm 31. Oh, girl, same. I feel so good once you get that stuff cracked open. Yeah, like I have a handful of storage containers over here, but it's like all my arts and crafts stuff, and I finally have like a good storage solution for that. Finally ready to cull it down some, where it's like, okay, those boxes will be dealt with so soon. You know, knock on wood. Yeah, you know, who's your favorite critter family and why is it ducks? I mean, for me, it is deer, let's be real. But, oh gosh. Actually, hold on. The critter family that I got for Christmas is, oh, it's probably gonna be kind of blown out. I got the seal family, and I can't even deal. Like, the adults, I don't know if it shows up really well, but the adults don't even have the little hands. They actually have fins. I cannot even seal. You are 1000% correct. This is the family, la famille, that fucks. I always felt so bad for my middle school French teacher because she made the mistake of telling a classroom of 9th graders, never ever ask me what the word seal is in French. So of course we're immediately like, what is it? And when she wouldn't tell us, we all just went to our dictionaries and found it. And of course, fuck, you're 14, you find out that the French word for seal is fuck, and your whole day is gone. Seals fuck, yeah. So, we're doing swears over here, yeah. But I think that, yes, right now, my seal family might be my favorite calico critter family that I have. But over here, I've been designing like a whole amusement park for my calico critters across all of my storage shelves. So hopefully one day, whenever it's finished, it'll never be finished. One day when it's finished, I can get a picture of everyone at the big amusement park. I wish I had known you loved the critters before I went to that store in New York. I would have gotten a Lucy gift. Oh my gosh, no, don't even. Calico critters are stupid expensive. I told my wife recently, I was like, I should get hired for like the ultimate part-time job at Barnes & Noble again, even though my decade there was miserable. But I was like, told them that I should get a job at Barnes & Noble just enough to get that employee discount and use all the money that I earn there to buy calico critters. Oh, Galvax went to a convention and sent me so many pictures from the Calico Critters pop-up that was there, and they had like 3-foot tall calico critters and stuff, and I was losing my mind. But I don't think that he understood just how intensely I loved them, because otherwise, like, I think I was like broke or something, but I probably should have been like, I'm looking for these sets because sometimes they're really hard to find, and I totally should have just Venmo'd you the money for them if you had seen them. Oh, that's right. It wasn't at the convention. It was at FAO Schwartz. Suddenly I have calico critter runners. I'm half expecting that my partner's gonna like pop their head and be like, hey, what the fuck's going on in here? I feel like I'm doing a deal right now. Something illicit is happening here on Twitch. I will also live in New York in it by the end of the year, so you'll have to. This is true. Yes, critter beetles. Look, if the two of you are able to pull off a heist for one of those like 3-foot tall calico critters, yeah, let me know. I'm your girl. Straight up New York in it. Let's go. It's kind of the same thing. Like I'll see the Sylvanian family displays at shops in Japan, and I am brought to tears by how stinking cute and how giant some of the critters they have are. Get you the giant Goku inflatable. Oh, Kong's here like, heist? I'm here. Alright, Kong's coming in from Florida to be our getaway driver. And I've got several people that are going to FAO Schwartz. The tall ones ain't critters, those are calico men. Kong's like, I lurk in the shadows, and I just want to commit crimes. Kong is there like the horse in Over the Garden Wall, who's like, I want to steal. have a family that worked at a toy store and may have hookups. Oh dear. Oh, actually, okay, because we're talking calico critters. I do also, let me show you all one more critter that I acquired recently that I thought I was possibly going to have to, like, go to eBay for. But I found it in a store and I'm so excited. Hold on. The last time I was at an FAO Schwartz, I got my picture with Statue of Liberty Barbie. Oh my god. You know, I feel like this was in 1995. Oh. I feel like going to FAO Schwartz is so one of those things that my mom would have wanted to do but I don't think we did when we went to New York. Oh, wait, Duck, before you go, here's the other calico critter I got that I love so much. It's the Burger Cart cat. Yeah, he has the burger cart on the back of his Vespa, and then the burger turns into a restaurant. Italian Vacation critter? Almost. The Lizzie McGuire movie character. Oh, we call him Paolo. Sing to me, Paolo. So anyway, thank you all for indulging me in this calico critter break. I think we all needed this. I don't know about you, but I feel so reinvigorated now because I'm just like, calico critters. Okay, see you later. Thanks for stopping by, Doug. Have a good lurk. I am so happy to see you again. Have a good time zone. They should make a calico critter murder mystery game. I don't think there would be a murder involved, but yes. I mean, based on some of the calico critter TikToks I have seen, there may be murder involved. But maybe it's like the murder of Sonic, but it's calico critters. No, you stop that. Mods sees him. You are Mods, sir. Pieces. One of my favorite parts about Lucy's stream is that I can see the light leave her eyes when I speak. Yeah, but I'm on break. Oh, is this your union mandated 15? Because you are very fortunate there is no union busting here in my streams. So that's the 5 pieces are their children. Junie B. Dairy Month is zonked the fuck out of my backpack right now listening to you talk. Oh. Sorry, do I need to quiet down? My Yu-Gi-Oh! Band did break. Uh-oh. I'm gonna activate your trap card and make you come back to work then. No, I think she likes it. Okay. I will do whatever in my power to make Junie B. Dairy Month happy. So you only have 2 energy attached to Charizard. He can't save you yet. Not yet. Get overrun by a Lapras duck and sit down. Who up overrunning the Lapras duck? This sounds like, once again, I will lose at Pokemon. I've never once won a game of Pokemon, and it's a real bummer. Okay. $19.53. You just have to cheat, is what I do. It's getting to that point that I just need to start looking at other options to win at Pokemon. An entry entitled Complaints from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1953. If you're bigger and stronger than your opponent, they cannot stop you from putting more energy down for free. Oh, was that what I was missing when I ran Pokemon Club at the library? Was I just didn't take advantage of the fact that these were like 10-year-olds who were struggling with basic arithmetic? I should have just been like, oh, yeah, no. See, the rules say if you're a grown-up, you can put more energy down and have them be none the wiser. Do what I do and never play, can't lose. You lose 100% of the games you don't play, amateur. That's rule number 1. Yes, you lied to them. I really should have taken more advantage of my time working in programming at the library and lied to children more often. Did not do that. Let them know young how life works. Never too late to lie to children. I mean, I don't know. I do like being honest with children sometimes. Because they're honest right back. Like a couple days ago, a patron asked me to copy some pages out of a magazine that had a sewing pattern. And this toddler comes by and is like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm making copies." And I was totally trying to engage her to be like, "Oh, do you want to press the button to start it?" She's like, "No, thanks." She was not impressed by the copy machine. Tips and tricks the government doesn't want you to know. Amen. Okay, oh, so maybe we'll finally get some information about Gwen. Because we really didn't get any when we looked her up. Just so you know, Sad Hamster adds. Sad Hamster. Thank you, moderators. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwen, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. Okay, so... back to Gwen. Okay, so she is an only child. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had, and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. But she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in starlit and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. She's the first Roottree woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I am jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me.
Spoopy Peterson shared. X1. Teehee, I can say anything here.
If that is a valuable use of your penny, you know what? Tee-hee away. Tee-hee indeed. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me. And now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I am also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff just like I do at Gwen. Okay, so let's see. 3 younger brothers. We know one of them is Clancy. She's an author. So there was talk of all the women being housewives. Hoes. Oh! That was all we were missing, huh? Clammy root beer. So you just beat the game? God. If 9 out of 50 is considered a win, then yeah, we just won. Booyah. Oh, Cody, look, it's your favorite.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Spooky door woman, yay!
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers. You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Why is she kinda? Because she's a mystery. Mystery Comics. The Notorious Montjoys. Tag yourself, I'm Bubbles Montjoy. Is this anything to do with the, any connection to Candy? I'm Pip Montjoy. Okay, let's see. Where were we at here? Oh, there's another photo of Raina. Interesting. Okay, I'm Rodney Almond Joy. Okay, so there was talk of an Aunt Margot. Is it maybe Margolite? Who would have been a housewife. This would have... could be Gwen. There's an actress. Actor. I feel like I get so many ideas as we're going through that maybe I do need to have just like this last page be dedicated to everything that I need to look up on Margolite? Can you make a page just for doodles? I mean, this is going to be the page for brain doodles. Does that count for something? Okay, so brain doodles or broodles. Broodle. Counts about as well as a 4-year-old. Oof, okay. Why do I get the feeling that Wild Bill Williams is not a name, not a legal name? Okay. When I was 4, I was reading fantasy novels. Okay. Well, congratulations on being better than the rest of us. And we already have Jacob's picture up there. An entry entitled Dynasty from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1958. It focuses on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as president of the Roottree Candy Company in the meeting to determine his successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Oh. I was gonna yell that Bill Williams is an R2-D2 character, but it's Williams' son, so I'm a fake fan. Yeah, this guy's never played Red Dead Redemption 2 in his life. I haven't even played it, and even I know. Yeah, same. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. Are you still on your union mandated, your Yu-Gi-Oh mandated 15? Because I think it's been longer than that. So I think you gotta help yourself there, friend. Okay, so I have nothing about Miracle Jr. yet. Oh no, this is Elias's children. Let's see. So we have a third son who's a preacher. And then that would make 2 daughters. We know for sure that there's Margot. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pob argued at length the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the Roottree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who was volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always had very particular views when it came to his bloodline. So there's something about a Zach. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next oldest of us all. Okay, so... So it's Angie and then it's Lauren. Angie's older than Zach and I'm next oldest of us all, but he just laughed. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back, maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Okay, so I think we're looking out for a bigger guy. Because I have to assume that there's going to be a photo that goes alongside it. So let's see, we have our firstborn. We have the firstborn son, but there's an Angie. Angelica? Okay, so we have some matching names, some Morden. So the firstborn's a woman. So that spouse would have to be James, I guess. And there's all this talk of housewives. So there's not a president in this tier, is there? So is he the second president? Oh, and then there was talk of... I really do wish that I could have all the pages in my notebook that I possibly could, because I have so many thoughts, and I keep thinking like, oh my god, I should have been writing these down by hand. This should be full Nancy notebook. Like, I should be utilizing my lovely screen for an actual like Kaiser Soze board here, because I swear at some point we encountered something about someone else temporarily being president. Oh yeah, okay, so Ernie Jr. took a page out of your book and had a little notebook when I played Pacific Drive. Oh, I love that. I love you saying that, because I do have Pacific Drive, and you know, who knows when we're gonna get around to playing it. But that's good to know. So I will take some actual notes while I'm playing Pacific Drive. Okay, so Ernie Jr. So it would go from Elias to Zach to this Ernie Jr. character to Carl. So would that make Carl the fourth president? President the fourth. I would not take notes. I would simply drive Pacifically. Oh my god. An entry entitled Sam from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1963. From a previous entry... You absolute rube, you cross... Good God. From a previous entry, you learned that Elias Roottree had given an inn to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, why Sam? I can't believe he doesn't get yelled at for saying crust when I got reprimanded for saying crusty. Ladies, please, you're both pretty. Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. But I was told, trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. And I'm not the only one to realize. Angie summoned all of the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. Okay, so we have things to look up. But I'm prettier, right? Yeah. I don't know, maybe that's just I'm playing favorites because of Junie.
Spoopy Peterson shared. X1. Galfax is stinky.
Uh-oh, stinky. So we... Do I have to ban both of you? What is going on? You know, just when I think that it's safe to go in the water, I regret letting the two of you ever meet through me.
Spoopy Peterson shared. X1. Ouch my hole.
Speaking of much to think about, I need to bump up the number of biddies it takes for TTS to work, so you have to spend at least a dime doing this nonsense. Remember, I still got tires to pay for. Okay, let's see.
Galfax Prime shared. X1. I bought bits just to say, mods, eviscerate his hole. Spoopy Peterson shared. X1. No eat the pennies.
Oh, there it is.
Galfax Prime shared. X9. Here is the rest of your dime, you capitalist swine.
I deserve that. Hey, it's not my fault that I lived in a capitalist hellscape and they wanted to charge me $700 for tires. I didn't ask to live in this life. I would like to return to the muck, please. Okay, what the hell were we working on? Okay. So Miracle. Oop. That number ain't even divisible by 4.
Galfax Prime shared. X10. Muck backwards is. Hey, I shan't say.
Okay, so I know we do need to actually look up who Miracle Jr. is, but I think at this point we're pretty safe to assume that this here and because we have the star, that would be Miracle Jr. Are Miracle and Miracle Jr. related or lovers? I'm really gonna hope that we are looking at a relation. A father and son and... Let's see, because we've got Miracle the third. I'm gonna assume we've got 3 miracles all right here. Miracle Jr., you mean Jesus Christ our Lord? Yeah, exactly. Okay, So we have an architect, a lawyer, housewife. Okay, and we had preacher. There's mention of lawyers, architects, and preachers. So what was all of this about? Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys. Oh, that's right. We knew that there's 2 sons. You know, the thing that's like banned, all of you are banned, none of you are free from sin. I think what that meant was just the things Cody makes us see in my chat has damned us all.
Galfax Prime shared. X10. He puts his peanuts in and twists it.
You guys are really just making me eat the pennies today, huh? I mean, I guess now we're eating dimes, so thank you for that. I do appreciate your generosity, Galfax. But also... oh boy. Also, what the hell, Galfax? I thought you were supposed to be streaming. What is going on here? Why are you antagonizing me in my good Christian Minecraft server? Oh, we found out what their last name was. Shit. I didn't want to stream dance without you there. Oh, Bessie, I'd be there in spirit. You know that. I didn't mean to...
Spoopy Peterson shared. X1. That's why it took him 3 days to rise again.
God, we are to have such beautiful storytelling happening here. Oh, bestie, if that was the case, I would have hung out and waited for you to start streaming. Now I feel like a big old jerky jerk. I'm sorry, bestie. Never. None of us had even met Sam until Uncle... I'll just stream tomorrow. Or start now. At the very least, you know I will be lurky turkey in. But you do whatever feels right for you. And if you wait till tomorrow, I will, you know. I'll be there on my lunch at the very least. None of us had even met Sam until Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands. Pfft, this is Damien's lunch. I mean, my work calls it lunch, but let's be real, it's dinner. If I have to go to a lunch at 5 p.m. or later, is that really a lunch? Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all 3 are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Oh god, there's 2 Elis? Okay. Oh, and of course, then it's gonna be Elias. What do you think? Is it a safe bet to assume that Elias M could be like Elias Miracle? And that Elias C would be Elias Clancy? I'm gonna take that assumption. I feel like that is an okay assumption to make. Eli even chimed in. Apparently when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago. Where does Tex go? Didn't you just say something about a ranch? Are we talking about Shadow Ranch? There was a mention of a farm and farm hands. When Eli was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago. Yeah, Shadow Ranch. Farms is ranch. A Hidden Valley Farm Ranch. Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? Okay, Lauren, maybe mind your business. One of the final entries called Clark from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written Clark. Written in 1964. Clark's getting married and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sake, and Danielle isn't much older. Ooh, Clark's getting married to an older woman! But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. Ma'am, you wrote a series of romance novels about the court jester narrating things. So I'd say slow your roll. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Okay, hell yeah, Clark. So there's a mention of Danielle. But we know that Carl is Clancy's son. Okay, so this is Clancy Jr. So that would have to be Danielle. Oh no, so that's Clark Rafferty. Right, I forgot that Lauren had a different last name. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us did was bring someone home who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. So we have at least one interracial marriage? Or at least dating? Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. So what do we have? An Elias and an Edward? As for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart. Oh my god, okay, we definitely have to look up Swashbuckle My Heart. My first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Okay, so Angie has twins. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. So this is from 64. But the free spirits, in any other family, they'd all end up on the streets, even Clark. Damn, Judgy McJudgerson. Okay, so I think we've at least read through all of this. We have a good number of notes of things that we need to look up. Let's see. Campaign mailer, vote for Stephanie Jones for City Council, better for Butler County. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It is a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, love is our future. The handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. CM Punk? I wonder... Pepsi Phil is here? Oh, God helps all, Pepsi Phil is here. Wonder if this might be Stephanie, because there's an unconditional family, or untraditional, what? Untraditional family, unconditional love, or something? Yeah, it feels like a kind of a safe guess. we have 2 Stephanies, because of course we do. That would be too easy. Oh, what were our 2 last names that we had for Stephanie? Cattrall and Landon. Ah, you saw right through me, game. Like how the game knew exactly what I was trying to do by with that. Womp womp. And so we're looking for, because we'll need like information about who Zach's kids are. Did I get that name right? Oh, cool that I can just search the internet from my phone too, or from my notes. So we have Angie Morden as well. Rafferty LaRue. Where the hell were the Raffertys? So the Raffertys are over here because that's Lauren's family. So, this LaRue's over here. Weird. Okay, what else? This photo has a note attached from your employer. Here's a bonus! When I pulled the water damaged picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back of the photo is, couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. The Hardy Boys. This photo is tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, to Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you 3 did together, and as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that without the 2 of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie. So So Madsen. Because we have 2 children here. We've got 2 children here, but that's Clark, so that should... We have 2 children. And 3. I miss Spooky Dora Woman. She haunts me. Well, we have a ways to go before your dear friend Spooky Dora Woman is back, unfortunately. Oh, hello. Your client returns. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking for to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees who they said would be the easiest family members to place. After some time, they returned with new resources. A photo of Carl's generation taken in the mid to late 1970s, as well as some papers and mail from his office. They then said they had a bit more to share. Solve murder faster! I'm trying! I'm solving as fast as I can here. After 9 more blood relatives. Hooey. Okay, so start with the 5 pieces. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the 5 pieces. Caption: this picture is famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. Okay, good to know. Is this man anyone? You there, strange man. It was taken in 1953 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. Oh, interesting. So is he Miracle because he was born 25 years or so after his siblings? We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. They weren't allowed to name a mistake. Yeah, you know what? Fair. Can I... Oh. Interesting. Okay, so who is Lauren's father? Oh, can I finally put this photo of Elias there? Hello. Oh. Really? Okay. So this is Gwendolyn. So there's talk of Aunt Margot being blonde. Damn, killing it.
You're listening to It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottrees' belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his
Excuse?
office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News.
Pardon me.
Again, that's WRTD.
WRTD. Well, I guess I should probably immediately put that on my list of things to research. WRTD News. Huh. So that's not great. No, it was just a coincidence. Oh, you're so right. So now we have the next generation. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next generation. Caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge after all these years. Okay, so I'm guessing this is probably Lauren here. All of her her 3 brothers. And that's got to be Zach. Her brother, and her. Her brother, and her. Who looked like the father? Eli. So we still don't know which of those is Eli. So there's Miracle Jr. Probably be Angie, who is probably a housewife as well. Oh. Okay, we finally did lock that one in for Gwen. It's at least a good place to start. Wait, who? Okay, so Miracle had 2 sons. Oh, a new development. Not long before they were set to return, you heard something odd on WRTD radio. The photo you were given may have been stolen from Carl's office. The newscaster mentioned you could search online for WRTD to find out more. Oh my god. I suppose there was a lot of talk of water damage. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 years or so, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage, a pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, in childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Wow. So we know that guy there is our man Carl. Oh, interesting. Okay, so hold on. Hold on a second. Next President Guy Hudson. Ernie Jr. So does that then mean that Carl is in fact the 5th president? Because the order would then become Elias, Zachariah, Guy Hudson, Guy Hudson, Guy Le Douche, Ernie Jr., and then Carl? Feels like that's a viable theory, because why else would there be 5 presidents listed? as Carl Jr.'s hamburgers. Okay, well, good Lord, Lauren, thanks. You yielded a whole lot of questions. You find a website for the Miracle Network. Why am I getting big, like, Jim and Tammy Faye Baker from this? Oh, yep, I just skimmed a little bit forward. Yeah, I'm getting big energy from that. You find a website for the Miracle Network, a production company run by the Miracle Roottrees estate. It's quite bare bones, but has the following blurb. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle's Roottree. Miracle Roottree arrived so late in his mother's life, the doctors swore, the bigger the hair, the closer to God. Amen to that. Miracle Roottree arrived so late in his mother's life, the doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. Okay, you're not special. My youngest sibling is younger than me by 15 and a half years. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems. But still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. 23 years later, Miracle Roottree Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Yeah, this is scary. I'm scared. Via the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across the entirety of New England. He has since left the life of glamour and glitz behind to reach those places that need it most. The power of the Lord coming to a town near you. Below the blurb is a flyer about the tour, which is in your evidence. A flyer from the 3 Generations of Miracles tour. The flyer is a few years old. It comes from 1996. The names listed are Miracle Jr., who is said to be world famous and gets top billing. Miracle Jr. is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. He will be marked in the chart with a star. Miracle Roottree, who the flyer says will make a special appearance. Miracle Third and his wife Nicole, who are said to be the youth pastors. Witness the power of the Lord in the Summer 96 3 Generations of Miracles tour. Featuring testimony from world-famous Miracle Jr. and a special appearance from Miracle Roottree in his 68th year on God's earth. Children, now welcome. Celebrate with your pastor, Miracle Third, and his wife, Nicole. Oh, God. Can I change this out for... Oh! Okay. Booyah indeed. I am still connected to the internet. Hello?
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it. But I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed. I'm a Roottrees.
I gotta say, that really doesn't surprise anyone there, honey.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more, in person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
In bold and all caps, it's very threatening. Okay, so this has got to be Nicole Smith, because we already have... We know that there is eventually going to be a whole path of Madsons. So there's Teeny Tiny Miracle Jr. Instead of returning, the person who hired you called you on the phone. They claimed they were a Roottrees. They also told you they'd give you more of an explanation the next time they returned. She's gonna get gay married. I mean, seems as valid as any other assumption. Damn, there's still a piece of evidence that we're missing from here, huh? Okay, well, we've got all of our notable Roottrees. That's exciting. So did Angelica have more to do than I think she did? So, okay, Miracle Roottrees Jr. That's what she really... Not Miracle Jr. So if I don't know... Okay. Okay, so nothing about Margot, as far as I can find. Did we get her locked in already? Well, we did. Okay, so she probably actually doesn't have anything else to contribute. Oh, no. Didn't do that. We did also look at the Miracle Network. Gwen Roottrees was often in Starlit. Most mentions were around the time of her divorce in 1958 from Wild Bill Williams. The gossip is speculative and full of tabloid stereotypes. Some of it focuses on the fact that she announced her divorce. When she announced her divorce, she also announced she was pregnant again. Others mention the rumor is Wild Bill had multiple affairs, which left her heartbroken. There is also an interview from earlier, in mid-1957, where she was asked about her last name. The power of a name is undeniable. My grandfather constantly preached the importance of family names and honoring them. My father decided to bless me with a famous name. There's nothing wrong with Cornwall, but Roottrees has power. My husband similarly goes by Wild Bill. It's an infamous name he repurposed for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born with the famous one. But Wild combined with the alliteration Williams is incredibly memorable. Although we've relocated to Paris, I know your readers love to keep up with my husband, so consider this a Starlit exclusive about both of us. Wild and I have a child on the way, and we're sticking with Roottrees for the last name, not Williams. But we also plan to lean into alliteration. That's how we'll honor both of our family names for the next generation. Okay. Found some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. This family is addicted to drama, absolutely. They have so much going on. Was the leading man in some non-notable movies in the 1950s. He appeared in an adventure movie called Fortune Favors the Grave, which has yet to be released for home audiences. You don't find any additional information about that film. I'm still gonna check. He was known for his good looks and off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. Well, Gwen is a blonde. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party and that she was already aware of his reputation. Did you know trivia? While Bill grew up in Paris, France, he returned there often. Okay, so yes, that's all we get from there. But what if we look in Starlit for... Wild Bill Williams was mentioned many times throughout the magazine's lifespan, with stories and gossip about who he had been seen with in public. Blondes mostly. 3 specific passages stand out. The first mentions one of his first roles was under his real name, Walter Forsythe. Okay, good to know. The second is an interview. Although he doesn't mention her by name, you determine from context that he's talking about Gwen Roottrees. An apologies to all the ladies. I'm actually taken. Earlier this year, I did a friend a favor. He was directing a war movie and asked me to play a small part. Wouldn't you know it, that son of a bitch cut me from the picture. I'm just ribbing. It wasn't his fault. Apparently the studio didn't want to pay for a star of my caliber. I got the last laugh, though. I met someone. She spent most of the film crying. She was playing a soldier's wife, but even through the tears, she was incredible. I know I tend to have a reputation, but this one's true love. I only have eyes for her. Ironically, the third is a rumor that his divorce from Gwen was due to multiple affairs, including one with another actress. An American reader on vacation in Paris claims to have overheard Wild Bill and Gwen arguing in public while she was holding a baby and visibly pregnant. Yikes. Not long after, Gwen announced that she was divorcing Wild Bill and also that she was pregnant again, giving this rumor more credibility. So what was this? This was saying something about that there was going to be oh, there's okay, so there's a November Roottrees. Robert and Ronald. So I wonder if that's gonna be both of these here boys, because there was all this talk of having Roottrees as a last name, but maintaining the alliteration. Walter Forsythe is listed in the cast of a movie called Gal and the Gang, which was directed by Bruce Throckmorton. It appears to be a low-budget comedy, but there's no other information about it on anywhere else online. But what about Bruce? Brucey boy. Bruce Throckmorton was a prolific movie director who released a movie every year from the mid-1960s until his death on set in 1993. Brucey baby! Most of his movies could be described as camp, especially those from the early 1970s, although you notice some critics seem to take offense with that characterization. One of his signature flourishes was to include a silly message a minute or two after the movie's credits ended. Most of these have been cut from the home video releases of his titles, so fans of his work have been trying to track down film prints to catalog them all. As fascinating as this is, and oh boy, yes, I am fascinated, would love to know more, it doesn't seem related to the Roottrees. Boo! Okay, so can knock all of those. Throckmorton. Knock all of those out. Nothing about our man Clancy. A few fan sites for the band Jim and Diamond seem to mention that he used to make music with Clark Rafferty. They mention an album called These Times. Oh, we never looked up those other two albums by Jim and Diamond. Shit. A band called C&J plus J&D released one single called These Times. Someone with the username XXX Diehard Dazzler XXX scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently, this was Jim Roottree and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentions that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. You can't find anything else about XXX Diehard Dazzler XXX, the band, or the single, so all that's left to do is add the scan to your evidence. After a blazing fast 35-minute download, the track is also available. So we're looking for a J. LaRue, huh? 35 minutes is very generous. there's also, what is it? Because there's the Rafferty LaRue's. Clark, you dog! So I'm gonna go off the assumption here that this is, because it was C and J and D. Clark is also a musician. Let's go check out our evidence. Folk style songwriting. Catchy. From Magazine. These times. So we have J and B and C and J. All right, let's hear these sweet lyrics. These Times is an old single from folk group C&J and J&D. You have a scan of the album as well as a recording of the title track thanks to a collector of Jim and Roottrees memorabilia. The website also listed the song's credits as music and lyrics by Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottrees, backup vocals by the LaRues. I don't like that there's all of this, like, mention of magazine. Because I keep thinking that means I'm going to be able to... Hi, Bear. How's it going? Welcome in. What time is it for you? Brain got bored of sleeping. 4 a.m. I get it, unfortunately. I hope that you are able to get a little bit more sleep before your day starts, though. There we go, Jim and Diamond. That's what I needed. Cherry tree is a pretty general search term. Perhaps unsurprisingly, you find a lot of results for foliage. Sound of laughter. My day starts in 2 hours. Oh, geez. I'm sorry. That's a bummer. Sound of Laughter, an album by Jim and Diamond released in 1989. You can't even find a picture of the cover. It doesn't appear to have been very successful, and reviews seem middling, even from fans. Some basic liner notes exist on a Jim Roottrees fan page, and it states that the lyrics and guitar are credited to Jim Roottrees. So... 3-hour stream, let's go! Jeez, we did hit 3 hours. Yikes. I am just so in love with this game. Like, I don't want to stop playing. I think that the reason my brain got bored is because I have a theory test in 4 hours. Boo! I'll try and sleep soon. Good. Published in 1963, out of print, no copies available. Re-released as X Marks the Spot. Oh, X marks the sport? Yeah, that'd be why it wouldn't show up, huh? Published in 1974, softcover fiction romance. According to the back of the book, this is a buried treasure by Lauren Roottrees and from the author of the Court series. It also says to keep an eye out for Lauren Roottrees' next book, revisiting the diary. X marks the sport. It's true. Okay, revisiting the diary, though. Hello. Scandal.text. Ah! Oh. Re-diary Sam. Oh. Oh boy, this is very exciting. Published in 1975, softcover first printing, nonfiction. This was a version of Lauren Roottrees' diary released in 1975. Unlike the original diary, it contains no pictures, but has many new passages that reflect on her thoughts 10 years later. One major event happened between the releases that changed Lauren's outlook on certain subjects. The death of Elias. A summary of the fallout has been added to your notes, as well as some other select pages. Damn. Okay. Scandal! So, I think at this point, we've got everything we're gonna get from basically everything here. Except for the news. Damn, who would have known that Swashbuckle My Heart would have been so fruitful? Now, same photo. Featuring new insights, additional thoughts, and never before seen entries. The new diary opens with an explosive incident that happened in the decade between the release and re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias Roottrees has died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud. Samantha Roottrees. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retain the rights to run the farm and any and all decisions related to it. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the 5 pieces were surprised, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently, Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Alright, where's our man Elias Jr.? Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli Jr. harbored a secret romance at age 16. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby Samantha was sent to the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as E.C. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that. Almost. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. Oh, we had Because there was a mention of Uncle Junior's marriage. Oh. Yep, here we go. See, and here I was thinking that Uncle Junior was Miracle Junior, but no, I guess that would make sense because she is from the same generation as Miracle Junior. Okay, so... that might be Samantha then. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr. and they finally married in their 50s. Lauren mentioned the wedding in her first diary without knowing Patsy's history. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. When Patsy and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottrea in the first place. Even though she was not part of the Clancy Trust, he wanted to include her in family affairs. That was what led to Lauren's initial entry entitled Sam. This is a page of additional notes and context from the 1975 10-year anniversary re-release of Lauren's diary. It is a companion piece to the entry about Sam. Clearly, I did not know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottrea. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her, and her children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It has been a long, long time since any real Roottrea was as excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. Okay, so... Oop, that's not the one I wanted. God, all of this just got a whole lot messier. Oof. Okay, so let's see. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring it all out myself. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, of course, but I guess that skips a generation. Her children have that covered. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operations would pass to Samantha Roottrea for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money after all, and was essentially inheriting the right to rule over peasants for eternity. Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor, and I expect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. Oh, Sam had gay dads. I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. If I were her, I might never forgive them either, but even so, she seems to blame more than just the two of them. She has no problem with our next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the Five Pieces and Elias and Gwyneth. So, wait, well, what was the, is it the next generation that makes mention of Sam? Oh, Sam's here in the front. Because there's the talk of the jet black hair. Zeppo Roottrea. Zeppo Root Tree, Harpo Root Beer. The gang's all here. Reading this back, I get deja vu. Is it right at this addendum? Oh, sorry, this is the chapter on Clark. As I write this addendum, Clark's gotten married again. No Root Tree has ever remarried. Sure, I lost Jacob and Gwen divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second. Not even I can blame her for that. I've seen what he gets up to in Starlit, but neither of us ever took a second husband. With the way the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in this family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows Eli C. stepped up and helped. More than I can say for Clancy or Edward. Okay, so we have... Clancy... Eli C. practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers whenever he could. Okay. Oh, not that one. Eli C. So this means this is Edward. Eli's marriage seems fine, and Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock, pun intended. So who knows what causes these things? I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out on the band. Without her, he'd be the third wheel, and I imagine they wouldn't last long as a trio. But still, I don't think a marriage on such a shaky foundation can last like that can last. And Lord knows I was right last time. But yeah, I think it would have to be Jane here there's two daughters with the Rafferty LaRue hyphenated name. Revisiting the diary, names. It's not a companion piece to any specific entry, but addresses feedback. The biggest complaint I got after publishing my diary was how many similar names there are. And I get it, there are 4 Elis for Pete's sake. But that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town, and I wouldn't know which one they meant. My brother? My uncle? My cousin? That's why they became Uncle Junior or Miracles Eli, or Eli C. Our family names were always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor those in the last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father were named Edward and Clancy. So now you see where my pop's name came from. One thing that's always been consistent in our family, though, is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. That goes for Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. With the women, however, it all goes out the window. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline, who was Elias's mother. Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's because there's no female equivalent of junior. So if you're reading my diary and confused, you're not alone. Even the government had problems. I remember once receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy Root Tree. I had to break the news they got my father's name backward. And revisiting the diary, anger. It's not a companion piece to any specific entry, but rather a fun bonus. Apparently, this is the first thing she could find that she ever wrote. She knows it was for a school assignment about anger, and she believes, based on the teacher's name, she must have been in the 3rd grade. She doesn't exactly remember the events spelled out here, but she does remember getting in trouble. I got angry when I met a new girl who I do not like. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Me and Pop walked home in town, and she hugged him. When I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, your Pop is my dad. She screamed it loud in my ear. She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing. So I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble. Then Pop took her away. He told me, don't worry. I'm glad she is gone. Jeez, what a mess this family is. My God. So I'm thinking that right now, okay, so we actually know whomst Sam. We'll check up on the news and then we might go ahead and call it for the evening. 'Cause I am starting to get hungry for some dinner. Watch this. We're gonna go to the news page and then I'm gonna just be like, wait, hold on, more things. WRTD News is your local investigative jazz radio station. During their news segments at 45 minutes on the hour, they have been talking about the plane crash. This most recent hour, they also talked about a picture taken from Carl's office after the plane crash and promised an interview online with a psychologist. During the interview, it's revealed there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. This means it was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The psychologist, however, also goes on to posit the culprit had an alternative agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say that they have it in their possession. A comment below the article says, "Don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Roottrees curse being a real, true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it." Okay. Oh, is that like a hint button? Is that what that little ducky is? Oh, what crossed my mind? What did I want to take another look at? Oh, no, I didn't want to look at the family tree. Oh, no, I didn't. I want to look at the evidence. Stephanie Jones. Oh, that's right, because this is all stuff that we super don't know yet. Oh, can we at least figure out... Are we going to be able to knock out the next gens? I'd love to do that. Okay. Eli... She's the youngest. And who... One of the brothers was set to take over for... shoot, what was the... God, I know we saw something about where... God, I know that there was something about one of the, one of the boys, like, was ready to take over, set to take over as the lawyer after the fact. Okay, well, we've figured out the 5 pieces. Carl and second cousin Ernie Jr. So that's shared great-grandparents. Yeah, well, shared great-grandparents is Elias and Gwyneth. Unhelpful. 5-0 root beer. Keep coming up with names, huh? Orville beetroot. Okay. Well, since I'm feeling a little bit stumped, maybe this is the perfect time for me to go ahead and call it for today. So I can go have some dinner and stuff. Defeated by Forville once again. It's true. Girl, save! Oh! I got you. Oh, jeez. I just closed out of the game and immediately Steam's like, hey, update for game. Sure. We do that. What? Oh my gosh. Thanks all for being here. So fun to play this game. I am enjoying this so much. And I'm floored that I only have 2 of 22 achievements. Oh, I always forget to turn my goofy lo-fi back on. I don't know why my keyboard controls aren't playing nice with it today. Oh. But all right, with that, I hope y'all are having as much, or at least having a good amount of fun with the mystery as I am. Goofy Lo-Fi is another. There are too many. Goofy Lo-Fi Roottrees is actually my favorite Roottrees. I just realized I accidentally wore a St. Vincent shirt 2 days in a row. Because I wore my other St. Vincent shirt yesterday. But alright. I'm gonna go ahead and take off, make myself some dinner, stretch my leggies, put on some socks because oh my god, I'm freezing. I don't know, it's been cold here and my house is old and it's just been freezing here. So I am ready for a break. But thanks all for being here. Actually, you know what? Because I know exactly where we're going. These are the raid messages we need today. Please copy and paste whichever one is applicable to you. And then, yeah, I'm gonna take off. Make sure y'all get up and stretch and get some water and a snack. Go piss, girl. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And I will see ya real soon. Bye, streamer. No, you. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. I can't believe I made it to a whole year of doing this. I never would have thought I'd see the day that I'd even get to do this a little bit. And yet, here we are. So yeah. I am hoping to be back. Maybe. Happy birthday, streamer. No, you. I'm hoping that maybe Wednesday morning we'll get a little Borderlands in before I have to go to work. Because it's looking like it won't be every Wednesday, but hopefully we'll start being able to do some chill Wednesdays now and again. They won't be chill. There will be lots of yelling involved because I'm not good at Borderlands. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and take off, and I'll see you soon. We'll be around, huh? Stick around for the raid, and be sure to choose violence. Bye!